Welcome to the channel, 831 Avo. Today live in Santa Cruz, California for the bloom boost feeding of the gem avocado tree. This is gonna go on its 4th year in ground. 4 years in ground. Hearts al 100 aquí andamos. So check it out. It's gonna be the EB Stone Organic Citrus and Fruit Tree Food. Roberto Argueta siempre presente. Fausto Bautista 831. Roberto Argueta, I have your gem. Fausto Bautista, I have your green gold. Nos vemos pronto. Gracias por el apoyo. So look, check out the product specs right here. Avocados require very little fertilizer. As long as the tree makes adequate annual growth, there is no need to fertilize. If older tree appears to require nitrogen, feed as recommended for mature citrus tree. That's not the case for the gem. Gems are heavy eaters. That's as per the UC Riverside's demonstration slide. All right, if you look up the UC Riverside gem slide. They say you need to feed it like a big tree, despite it being a compact dwarf tree, really. All right, so then it says feed as recommended for mature citrus tree. Then we go over to the citrus tree specs, and I'm looking for, that's 2 year, and then feed 3-year-old tree starting in January. We're starting a little bit later. And this is March. It's March feeding, or February, using 2 cups of fertilizer, and repeat every 6 to 8 weeks. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the 2 cups, and then we're gonna pair it with this EB Stone Ultra Bloom. Roberto Argueta presente, gracias por el apoyo. And then right here, apply 3 tablespoons for each 1 foot of tree's height. Scatter over soil surface below branches. Carefully work into soil and water thoroughly. This is the Ultra Bloom. Okay. So it says apply as supplemental feeding along with the EB Stone Organic Citrus and Fruit Tree Food as annual growth begins. After fruit has formed, use monthly until harvest. Okay, so this also helps feed your fruit. And the growth has begun. I'll show you. It's in full bloom. So again, for this, it's about 4 feet tall. However, this is the gem open center. They normally have apical dominant upright column shape, but I opened it up for the sake of keeping it short, and then an experiment. No one's ever documented an open center gem. So this is one of its kind, really. So again, 4 feet, but it's multi-shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I would have let this gone upright, I know this would have been easily 6 feet. So 6 feet, we're gonna go 6 feet times 3 tablespoons. So we're aiming for 18 tablespoons. All right, let's take a look. That's mixed buds right there. Flower, and then that little red flush. That's my new vegetative growth this year. Al J said hi. What's up? And then look, right here, all bloom. It's still a lot of flower, but I would say it's an off year. Not an off year, it's less alternate bearing than the Hass. It's more consistent. But I would say it's less flower than last year. Last year, I want to say it was a super bloom. Max-a-lot says hi. What's up? So take a look. I'm opening it up. It really always wants to go upright columnar. It always wants to shoot something in the center, but I keep harvesting it. I've harvested it many times over for budwood right here. So look, this has been grafted onto other trees. That was grafted onto other trees. That was grafted onto other trees. Again, open center gem, as long as the limbs don't intersect. So again, in theory 4, 1 for each cardinal point, north, south, west, and east. But I don't mind keeping a spare as long as they hub out from the center, and again, they don't intersect. So here, check it out. This one I'm tying down. Opening it up. So 1, this one's staked up. because it wants to skirt and drop to the ground. So this one's staked up. 2, 3, 4. This one's gonna skirt low, 4, and then this one's going up high. 4, 5, and then 6. 6, okay? So there's 6 of them. All right. First thing I'm gonna do is remove all the clover. I'm gonna pull it up, and then it's still gonna get laid down. It's gonna get chopped and dropped, but if you just remove it, that's nitrogen escaping. That's nitrogen escaping, and I'm gonna put it back down. Okay, so first, before peeling my mulch, I'm gonna remove all the clover. All right, let me get in there. Aquí andamos en relax mode. H piteada, ya saben. If you're liking that comment, drop that green thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. So arremánguense, roll up your sleeves, and then get in contact with the earth. Set it off to the side. I leave the clovers and grasses over winter, so it helps me drink up the excess moisture. Okay, I don't want to bog my tree with too much water, where then it starts to root rot. Now peel the mulch. I'm pushing the mulch towards the center because I'm really seeing roots all the way to the edge, and I'm gonna have to extend my perimeter rock of ring, my rock rings. I already have several of them, and I could already see that there's even roots all the way to the edge. So root growth is good. peel back the mulch down to grade. But again, the mulch itself is breaking down in the earth. All right, let me take you in so you can see some of the root growth. See this? See that?
Hello.
Yo. Worms. And look. Not that. This. So I broke off. But those are my avocado roots right there. I should get a mic. Yeah, maybe. But right now, just work with what you got. Work with what you got, bro. These right here, are these avocado roots? Who knows? I'm not gonna disturb them. New lights this year. I'm gonna treat my tree to some new lights. These are a little bit spent. Ya dieron lo que dieron. Some of them, this one turns on, that one doesn't turn on. Again, roots. And then again, that might be roots too. Ah, what's going on? So yeah, we're down a grade. We're down a grade, okay? I'll still feed this year at this, but maybe halfway or towards the end of the season, I will expand the perimeter rock ring, and they're breaking, so be careful. Again, they really grow through the mulch. They really like the mulch, keeps them cool, nice and moist. So look, that's avocado roots right there for sure. Some of them are white, and then again, some of them are going to be kind of dark. Again, too wet. All right. So mulch is peeled back. And then sometimes push towards the center. So cool, appreciate it. So again, we're going 2 cups, equivalent to 16 ounces. There. How old is that tree? This is 4 years in ground. This is my baby right here. Senor Lopez. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, check it out. So this one would have held fruit last year, but I'm already battling squirrels, bro. And I'm not gonna let them get this year. I'm gonna throw a net over them. These stakes are gonna be I'm gonna restake the thicker posts. So I'm gonna restake for the thicker posts, and then I'm gonna throw a net over them. This is 3 years in ground. This is gonna go on its 4th year in ground. It's going on its 4th year in ground. Again, I know I had tons of fruit set and it was thickening and everything, But the squirrels, bro, here in Santa Cruz, California, big issue. Yeah, for sure. So yours is going to be more compact. Yours, it kept its central leader, apical dominance. It already has several strong side lateral shoots, but this one I opened it up. And that's what I talked about earlier. That I pruned it in the middle. And I went 6 shoots around. Again, still trying to keep it shorter. Again, they say 10 to 12 feet. I'm thinking this can stay at 8 feet. So salud, ahí les va. And then sprinkle it. Sprinkle it. This is March feeding. Mr. Lopez, yours is good. Yours is good. You should do 1 cup. 1 cup. Next month. I'll do this next month. I'm going to be doing this every month this year. And then showing fruit set. But yeah, this one I'm feeding for bloom and fruit set. I'm going thicker over here because this is where I expanded last year. It was like a round ring rock. See my ring of rocks right here? And then I opened it. Now it's now an oval. But again, now I'm gonna widen it. That's thick. That's thick. That's thick right there. That's a good feeding. Now the bloom booster. This is the bloom booster right here. This is gonna be more silvery, more gray. Let me get it. Let's pour it out. In there. I'm like right here. Cage wise, I went 25. This is handmade, custom. But again, even a 15's good. As you can see, the feeder roots are already punching through. And sprinkle some on top closer to the base. All right. Now scratch it in. Scratch it in. I'm going gentle. But just so you really driving it down. If it feels tight, just go gentle. But yeah, I know that roots are already right here. See? So I'm possibly busting roots. But it's alright. It's a little root training. It's a little root pruning. Right here, dancing around the roots right here. And bam, full circle. And now push your mulch back. This right here, again, chop and drop. If I were to haul this off, this is nitrogen escaping, but I'm gonna lay this on top. And some of the mulch I push towards the center, so pull it back. Again, took out a bunch of roots. As you can see, they love the untreated redwood sawdust. Water less, and then again, they love it. They love through that stuff. And then it also prevents wind erosion. This is light. It prevents this from just flying away. You see? So you want to cover your recently fed tree with mulch. Otherwise, that stuff's just going to fly away. And it's expensive. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing this every month. And then gem avocado tree giveaway for sure. You already know. All right, sharing is caring. Trying to get as many people into this as possible. And then now I'm setting this down on top. This right here, couple days in the sun, it'll dry. Versus if I were to bury it, it's gonna stay wet, and then it's gonna be moisture. It's gonna stay wet, and then could create some rot. So your chop and drop, just leave it on top. And then again, more chop and drop. The leaves, it's cannibalizing itself on top. On top. Again, here a lot of roots, but some of them were dark, so it's all right. But yeah, definitely need to expand that perimeter ring. All right, most of it is in, but I'll clean it up later. More of the tree. Check out more of the tree. Oh, one more thing. Where's it at? Oh yeah, this. The mycorrhiza. So there's some of it already built into the fertilizer, but this I'll sprinkle it on top. I'll sprinkle on top of the mulch to again break this down into food. Introduce the beneficial fungus spores. Again, this is more food. Some at the base. And there, I made it around. All right, take a look. The leaves not that spent. There's a little bit of it, but they're looking good. Take a look. I've seen Has has a lot of it, more of the burn, suffers more of the burn. So for us backyard growers, again, I recommend the Gem, the Lamb, and the Gwen. Just a nicer tree, and then compact, more ideal for us backyard growers. A fly right there. Flies are pollinators. Okay. So take a look. Once again, Gem open center. Perfection. I like it. Again, this one's probably not staked up, but if it's loading, it's going for the ground. So I'll prop it up. Tons of flower. Tons of flower. And then stay tuned. Right here, I'm putting another one. The busted bottom. 5 feet away. The busted bottom. Not mounding up, because when you mound up, you end up with like a pretty wide mound. If you really want to come up off of the ground, you end up with a pretty wide mound. But this right here is another way I mound up. This is equivalent to a 25, probably even bigger, but it's a busted bottom. And I'll just put a mesh with an escape tunnel. With an escape tunnel, it'll be the 3/4 inch chicken wire, again flat, then an out, an escape tunnel digging into the ground, and then some native blended in with the premium potting soil, again just to double up. Yeah, check out the tree again. Hey, yours is gonna look like this, Mr. Lopez, for sure. You'll be here. So yeah, if your lateral branches are getting swung a little too much in the wind, I pick them up. I'll let some of them skirt down, but overall, I think I want to be, this is probably like 2.5 feet, but you want to be 2.5 to 3 feet off the ground. You don't want to let your fruit touch the ground. So yeah, kept it shorter. Once again. Gem, Santa Cruz, California. Take a look. Al 100, aquí andamos. Appreciate it. So yeah, this was Gem feeding for, this is bloom boosting a Gem avocado tree in Santa Cruz, California, Zone 9B. Early spring, March. Again, we're gonna go from March till October. And then in the winter, I do a gypsum winter flush just to clean it up, just to get rid of the salts. But yeah, starting now and from March, and then stop in October, and then in November I'll lay down the gypsum and let my rainwater drive it in. All right, thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate the support. Stay tuned for updates. I'm feeding trees. I'm already starting to feed trees. So I'm doing the Carmen's next in Watsonville. Carmen hoop house, and then Carmen just regular open in the backyard. Roberto Argueta, bye. Appreciate it. Senor Lopez out in Hollister, and then Fausto Bautista. Gracias por todo el apoyo. Thank you very much. Peace.